Foot bail. 3 occupants.
Sometimes a small theft can turn into a big and dangerous situation. That's exactly what happened in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. What started as a simple store theft quickly turned into a high-speed car chase and then a foot pursuit. Police officers had to think fast, act smart, and even use a trained police dog to catch the suspects. This story is full of action, teamwork, and surprising moments. Let's dive into the full story in easy words. Want to see how a simple theft turned into a dramatic high-speed chase? Watch till the end for the full story. And if you enjoy real-life police chases and true crime stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. High-speed chase in Wisconsin turns into a foot pursuit. Full story in simple words. It all began on October 3rd in a city called Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, close to Milwaukee. Police officers were informed about a theft that happened at a store called Dick's Sporting Goods. After getting this information, they started looking for the suspects involved in the incident. Soon, one officer found the vehicle that was connected to the theft. It was driving on the highway, and the officer turned on his dash camera to record everything. As the officer followed, the driver refused to stop the car, and a high-speed chase started. You can hear the officer on the radio saying that the vehicle is not stopping. They were driving on northbound Highway 41, and the speed was about 57 miles per hour at that point. The officer told others that the vehicle was a 2020 gray Toyota Camry registered to a woman named Dereonna Anderson. As the chase continued, the officer stayed behind the suspect's vehicle. At one point, the car exited the highway and stopped behind another vehicle on the side of the road. The officer wasn't sure if the suspects would stay there or try to escape again. He called for backup and told other officers to bring stop sticks, special tools used to slow down or stop vehicles by deflating their tires. The officer also said he would wait for another police car before getting out, just in case the suspects decided to run. Minutes later, another officer arrived to help. They talked about how they should approach the vehicle. One officer said he would go on foot while the other stayed ready to chase them again if needed. The officer walking up to the car asked the suspects to roll down their windows, but nobody listened. The suspects kept the car running and didn't move. The police noticed that the vehicle wasn't in park mode, so it could drive off at any second. Officers stayed alert. One of them tried to slide the stop sticks under the car in case the suspects tried to escape again. A few seconds later, the suspect put the car in reverse and quickly drove away.
Reverse! Contact and 146 vehicles taken off again.
The officer in the police car was ready and started chasing them again immediately. The suspect drove fast through traffic, weaving in and out of lanes. The officers continued the pursuit, and at one point, the car reached speeds of up to 90 miles per hour. The driver even ran a red light. Then something went wrong with the suspect's car. Smoke started coming out, and it looked like the car had lost a tire. That's when the suspects decided to abandon the car. All 3 people inside jumped out and started running in different directions. One officer ran from his squad car and told one of the suspects to get on the ground.
I got one occupant down on the ground. Looks like a passenger took off going westbound and the driver took off going eastbound.
That person listened and stayed on the ground. The officer said it looked like one suspect ran west and another ran east. Officers now had to chase the suspects on foot. They searched a nearby neighborhood to find the person who ran toward that area. As they were searching, one officer mentioned that the suspect may have gone into a store or nearby building. At the same time, a police dog was helping with the search. Suddenly, the dog began barking near a garbage can.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
You gonna get bit? Come on!
Come on, get your hands up. I see you behind the garbage can. Face away from me. Face away.
Face away. Show me your hand.
The officers checked behind the can and found one of the suspects hiding there. This suspect was later identified as Dereonna Anderson. Officers told her to show her hands and warned that the dog might bite if she didn't listen. She followed instructions and slowly got on her knees with her hands behind her back. The officers quickly moved in and put her in handcuffs. While they were arresting her, she asked them not to hurt her and said something about her arm. The officers asked her where her phone was and made sure she wasn't bitten by the dog. She said she wasn't bitten and just asked for some water. One officer checked to see if she had any injuries. He asked again if the torn part of her clothing was caused by the dog, but she said no. The officer then helped her stand up and told her they were going to walk her back to the front of the area. Police officers searched around to see if there was any other evidence nearby, but didn't find anything. After the arrest, one officer congratulated the police dog for doing such a good job. They talked about how the dog's behavior helped them find the suspect. The officer said that at first, he wasn't sure there was anyone behind the garbage can, but when he saw the dog barking at that spot and acting very interested, he realized someone was there. He said the woman was sitting with her back against the wall and legs stretched out. Thanks to the help of the police dog and teamwork among the officers, Anderson was taken into custody. She now faces several charges, including running from police and retail theft. Later, Anderson was released from jail after paying $1,500 as cash bond. What can we learn from this case? This situation shows how fast something simple, like a store theft, can turn into a very dangerous high-speed chase. Because the suspects didn't stop when asked, they put many lives in danger, including their own. Driving at 90 miles per hour and running red lights could have caused a serious crash. The police handled the situation carefully. They didn't rush to approach the vehicle when it first stopped. Instead, they called for backup and waited until they were ready. This helped avoid a dangerous confrontation. They also used stop sticks to prevent the suspects from escaping again, showing how police use different tools to keep people safe. The police dog also played an important role. Without the dog barking and pointing toward the garbage can, the officers might not have found Anderson so quickly. This shows how helpful trained dogs can be in law enforcement. Even though the suspect didn't give her name to the officers and only asked for water, they treated her calmly and made sure she was okay. They asked her several times if she was bitten by the dog or had any injuries. This shows that police are trained to look after people's safety even when they are being arrested. It shows the importance of staying calm under pressure and highlights the teamwork between officers and their trained police dog. The police used smart tactics, stayed patient, and handled the situation with care, making sure no one got hurt. It also teaches us that breaking the law doesn't just affect one person, it can risk the safety of many others. Thankfully, no major injuries happened in this case, and the suspects were caught without violence. Stories like this help us understand the real challenges police face every day. If you found this story interesting, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life stories told in simple words.